unique in that we've got a farmer-owned cooperative here that came together to decide how do we create value for the agricultural product that we grow in abundance here in Woods County, which is wheat. And so we take that wheat and we produce some very premium products that unfortunately most of all are exported outside the state of Oklahoma. We transport our goods everywhere from Carson, California to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. And so I gave a mission to some Northwestern students a couple of years ago to essentially tell our story inside of 2 minutes. So that was the assignment. I'm going to show you the video that they came up with.
A frozen pizza doesn't just take 15 or 20 minutes to bake. It takes months of careful preparation and hard work. This is the incredible journey of a small seed in the heart of the wheat belt, straight to your table. The best wheat in the world is buried deep in the red dirt and nourished in the warm Midwest sun. Since 1999, VAP has partnered with farmers to turn that wheat into something extraordinary. VAP knows exactly where each bushel of wheat comes from and exactly where it's milled. Alva, Oklahoma, home of the Alva High School Gold Bugs, Northwestern Oklahoma State University Rangers, and value-added products. The VAP factory is one of 3 in the U.S. with specially made quality equipment. The special VAP flour is made into a unique self-rising dough. We sell both proofed and unproofed dough, eliminating the need for our partners to invest in capital equipment and extra labor. Our product is ready to serve from the freezer to the oven. VAP offers a range of products from pizza crusts, croissants, and breadsticks. Whatever it is that fits the need of our customer, we can produce. We produce all of our products in white, whole wheat, and sweet dough. Our seed has completed its journey, planted in the rich red dirt and baked in the warm sun. The seed has been carefully milled to our exact specifications and combined with the best natural ingredients to bring an all-American value-added product to your customer's table.
I thought they did a great job. So that was the assignment. I think they delivered well. Telling our story, what is it we do very uniquely and what are our discriminators. Products that we ship today, we've changed over the last 3 years. We found that we were actually serving the wrong customers. When you go look at our competitive discriminators of clean ingredient labels, traceable origin of ingredients, and a very premium product that's made with sheeted dough, laminated dough, and bulk fermentation. We used to serve schools. And unfortunately, when you think about those discriminators, none of those matter to school buyers. It's all about price. So we've had to change the game. Find those customers who value traceability, clean ingredient labels, and that's why we have a client like Whole Foods today who will pay the price for a premium product. So we do pizza crusts, sorry about the misspell, croissants, which I hope everybody enjoys. These are not for picture purposes, they actually eat very well. Hoagies, baguettes, dinner rolls, and pizza crust came about here very recently, within the last year. We had some clients come to us and ask, can't you build a pizza commensurate to the quality of the crust? Yep, we'll take that challenge on. No, we don't have a pizza topping facility here in Alva yet, but we have 4 pizza toppers across the United States who build a pizza to our specification. Very premium. In fact, we have our entry level, if you will, that's being served at Alva's Market right now as a take and bake. But there are some to come onto the market here very soon that are ultra premium. One of our clients is HEB in Texas. Central Market has 12 very high-end grocery stores. I tease, and that costs you $5 just to get into a grocery store at Central Market because of the clientele. That's a customer that we're going to be serving here this year. As I said, what makes us different, besides being here in the greatest place in the world for growing wheat, it's part of our story. It's premium wheat flour that we begin with, and it's traceable. It can take you to the field where it came from. Ingredients matter, clean ingredient deck. I mean, my generation, we didn't look at ingredient labels. Newer generation does. And I'll say, it tastes better. It tastes better. So that concludes my presentation, and if there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer any of them. If not, I'll give it back to Jody. Happy to be here. Thanks for coming.
How many employees do you have?
48. You'll notice our parking lot is a little bare today, so here's what's happening. We run what I would consider a continuous process. You know, we begin with building ingredients and making dough, and it goes onto a 3-meter belt. So maximizing that production process is key into our efficiency. So we now work 10 hours a day, 4 days a week. It's a longer day, but commensurate to a continuous process, I'm much more efficient as opposed to working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Employees like it because we get a 3-day weekend every week, except the boss and our maintenance crew. And that's the other nice thing about it. When you start holding your maintenance crew to a metric of 98% availability, that means you want to do all your preventative maintenance on the days you don't work. So that's why my maintenance team is in there making sure that factory is ready to go for next week. Any other questions? Thanks.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Before we keep going, Mr. Argo, do you want to come and talk
Sure.
since you didn't get to last month?
Sure.
And this is a wonderful crowd. Thank you guys so much for coming.
So thank you again for having me,
Yes.
and giving me another opportunity. I didn't want to follow Darren and Dr. Cunningham, the big guns, but it has been a good start to the school year. We are 5 weeks in, which is hard to believe, getting close to the 9 weeks ending, and so it has been fast and furious. Very thankful for the opportunity to serve our students, and I'll introduce one here in just a minute. So this year I have taken on the opportunity/challenge of high school principal and superintendent. And I can tell you personally, one of the most challenging things that I've done, but professionally probably one of the best things that I've ever done. Being able to see students in your hallways, build some of those relationships. All of these students, I was their principal at Lincoln Elementary when they were 4th graders. And so the first week as I walked up the halls, I'm saying hi to all these kids. And teachers said to me, well, how do you know them? And I said, well, I was their principal when they were 4th and 5th graders. And so being able to kind of reestablish those relationships has been great. Really enjoyed it. We are very busy. I don't think that, we know it, and then you get in the middle of it and you really see it. There is an activity or student program for our kids going on all of the time. And I think that's so key for what they've been through over the last 2 years. We canceled a lot of things and made a lot of difficult decisions to cancel many of those events. And so one of the things that we really felt like it was important to be principled about, we're going to have student activities for our kids. I don't know about you all, but when I was in high school and really school in general, had there not been a student activity, English and math might have been pretty difficult for me to stay hooked up in. And I think that still holds true today. And so one of the great things about Alva High School and really Alva Public Schools is the number of opportunities that kids can be involved in activities. And so want to mention a couple things, and Lindsay will probably hit on this a little bit. We are hosting one-act regionals this year. Mr. Brott is second to none in our speech department, in our speech program. And so he came to me a few weeks ago and he said to me, hey, what do you think about hosting a regional. And I said, we need to host everything we can host because our kids need to have things in person. There was some talk that there would be virtual state and regional competitions again. And I'm adamantly opposed to that. And so we were able to put our name in the hat and get that opportunity. And so we're excited. It's going to be at 11 o'clock on October 7th. It is free to the public. And if you can go and see our students perform, we have such talented kids, but I think you'll also be able to see the talent of Mr. Brock and Mr. Eckhart. They do a fantastic job. So we've got a big homecoming week coming up, and student will talk about that in just a second. One of the things that we are beginning, or we just finished actually, is our art room. It is a great venue for our students. Our art program, Mr. McClure, is the most sought after and enrolled program at Alva High School. He does not turn kids away, and they will make pottery, painting. They do all kinds of leather work in there. It's an amazing program. So we just finished up our art room. We are still moving in and getting that situated, and so we'll have an opportunity for the community to come up and see that venue and see the work of our art students. So I'm going to turn it over to Lindsay Vickers. Lindsay, if you'll come up here. Lindsay is our student council president, and I wanted her to come today. Our students this year have had an activity planned. It seems like, it feels like to me, because I'm getting older every day, and they've done a great job. The involvement of our student body this year, I believe, is as great as it's ever been, and that's a direct result of their leadership as students, but also Mrs. White and Mr. Eckhart. And so Lindsay is going to talk just a few minutes about homecoming activities and what they have planned.
Yes, so for homecoming this year, we have a lot of great things planned. We have our annual bonfire and pep assembly that will be happening on Thursday, the night before the game. It'll happen right before the sun goes down. The band will play us in. We'll have this huge pep rally there. And then homecoming, the next day on Friday, we'll be having a parade at 2 o'clock. And our parade theme, and our theme for homecoming this year, is Game On, which is the same exact one as Northwestern's. But our direction with it is we're really pushing towards retro video games. And so you'll get to see a lot of floats involving Pac-Man and Tetris and Donkey Kong and a lot of those fun games, retro ones. But so we're very excited for that. We have a lot of people entering in floats this year. Student involvement is a really big thing this year. And so when we talk about things like homecoming, we've added a lot of incentives for students to be more involved, because that's something we really want to push this year. So this year we've been doing something called Spirit Points, where throughout the year at pep rallies, and we do things such as the float designs and the sheet designs that we do every year. Different grades compete against each other through a judging system and end up collecting points, which at the end of the year accumulate to Gold Bug Olympics, which is another really great thing we put on for student involvement. And so we're really excited to have some really awesome floats this year and have a lot of student involvement and a lot of activities.
Thank you, Lindsay. I keep telling them those aren't retro games. Those are cool games. So finally, I just want to thank our Gold Bug Education Coalition. Dayla Cushenberry, Dayla Leon, Lexi Lauderdale, and Todd Holder, and all of our businesses for your donations for school supplies. I can't tell you what an impact that makes for our students and our families, and we could not do that without the generosity of our community and the hard work of those three folks. And so I really appreciate them and all they've done. They continue to supply things that our students need throughout the year, and I think sometimes that may go unnoticed. It's not just a first of the year type deal, it's throughout the year, and so we certainly appreciate all of our businesses and those three folks. So thank you again for having me. Thank you for another opportunity. I appreciate it, and if we can ever help you all and your organization with student volunteers or student programs, please let us know.
Thank you. Okay, so, as you can tell on the downtown square, we have some fall decoration going on, and Dee Weidner is always the one that kind of heads that up. So if you haven't been downtown to look around, thank you to all the businesses that have done that and decorated. Obviously, this weekend, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I guess a big event. We have our big cruising car show. I have some pamphlets here. These are our shirts. They're fun. This year, a little teal color. And tonight starts it. 5:45 is whenever we have the registration event. At 7 o'clock, we have the tattoo contest because I'm in charge of that. So if you have a tattoo you want to enter, be there on the square. It's always my favorite part. And then tomorrow, Saturday, the show happens, and we've got the cruise tonight. We've got so much going on. I wanted Joe Phillips to come and talk, but I think we all know it's a big event, so come out and see all the amazing cars. We're hoping for over 600, so that is our goal. Like Neil and I were talking, I think we said over 150 pre-registers, so that's amazing. So Erin came in, and would you like to talk about the Mural Fest next weekend?
If that's okay.
Yes.
Let me just pull up my notes real quick. So my name is Erin Davis. I am a representative with the Alva Mural Society, and not this weekend, but next weekend, we also have a really big event in town. It's going to be the Northwest Mural Fest. I'm sporting our shirt. They will be available for purchase. All of the proceeds will go to the Alva Mural Society to help fund further mural projects. So on Friday, September 24th, from 6 to 8 p.m. will be Meet the Artist event. We have 3 murals coming up in town. One will be on the north wall of Exotic Heatwave, and the south wall of the city office building, and then the north wall of the co-op. It looks almost like a white square, you can't miss it. And those artists are also on our flyer. We're bringing in 2 different artists from Enid. One is Tox Murillo. The other one is called Hive Appeal. They have a lot of projects in Enid, and that's a husband and wife team. They're Kelly Tompkins, and I can't remember her husband's name right now. And then the other one is Jake Beeson, and he's based out of Tulsa. All of these artists are Oklahoma native. They've lived here their whole lives. So after you go to the Meet the Artist event, which is at Graceful Arts at 6 o'clock on Friday, Saturday we'll have a 5K and fun run that will be starting at 8 a.m. and you can do that if you're a runner. And then from 11 to 2 o'clock in the downtown square, we'll have live music, we'll have food trucks, you can also see the murals being painted during real time. And then they're going to be there all day, but also it's our family day at Northwestern, so we wanted to provide entertainment but not conflict with the football game and the Northwestern tailgate at that time. Then on Sunday, we'll have the signing of those murals. We waited so that if you wanted to be there to see the murals being signed, that would be really awesome. And so those are also posted on the flyer. The signing at City Hall will be at 1 o'clock on Sunday, and then 1:20 at the Co-op and 1:40 at Exotic Heatwave. So this is a really exciting event. These murals are different than what you're used to seeing around Alva. The purpose of these murals is really to attract a younger audience and to just keep up with the trend of selfie murals. There's a lot of bright colors, so be excited. We want to show diverse art for Alva. So thank you.
Thank you, Erin. As we have the Alva High School homecoming, thank you for talking about that. And then obviously Northwestern's homecoming. We want to see if some of the businesses downtown will do some window shop for us. We have a retail meeting on September 27th to talk more about that. Then on October 7th is the Lieutenant Governor's Tourism Summit in Ponca City. I'm going to attend that. He likes to do 4 of those, and Ponca City is the closest one for us, and that's a great opportunity to listen to him. And I have joined the Oklahoma Chamber of Commerce executives, and it's been a 4 meeting type of process, and I kind of learn about being an executive director, and at the end of October is the conference. So I've learned so much, and I'm excited to use some of those elements back in for the chamber and for the community. We don't have a community coffee in October because of fall break. We do have our Halloween Spectacular, and I just want to thank the kids and cops. They're going to be taking that over for me. I'm so thankful for that. We're going to help them this year, and then I will obviously help them kind of get a feel of it all, but they're going to change it up a little bit, but this is going to be one less kind of thing that the chamber can give off to. Speaking of the Mural Fest, there's so many running opportunities. In October, the Woods County Coalition is doing a Walktober, where you track your minutes throughout October, and then the Mural Fest has their 5K, and there's over 30 murals that they're doing, like gonna see, I think, is what they were saying.
We have, yes, and then I know that Family Day, something that Northwestern's also working on for Family Day, is they're organizing, they're not unveiling what it's called, but it's a really cool project where families will be able to use the bird system, the little scooter system that we have in Alva, to actually tour and kind of like a scavenger hunt of all the murals. Right now we have 33 murals in Alva, but with the 3 added, we'll have 35 murals in Alva.
Oh, that's great. And then obviously the Ranger Run for homecoming. Is there anything that I have missed? Anybody would like to say anything? Emma is doing such a great job doing our weekly newsletter about every event that's going on during that week, so thank you so much for doing that. And then we have our monthly newsletter too, so if you're not getting that, get with Emma, because not everything can be posted on Facebook because it always just get missed. So make for sure that you're signed up so you can see what's going on that week up. If anybody else would like to talk of what's going on, that'd be great. And thank you guys again for coming. Really appreciate it.
I've got one more thing about partnering. I know the VAP's been here in this community, but it's kind of been our wake up here. We're looking for ways to partner with the community, and we've done some things with Northwestern on education in the past. But just for instance, like for the car show, we've got our barbecue tonight, so we'll be donating 400 hot dog rolls, 400 hamburger buns, and chocolate chip cookies. I'm excited to say with Mr. Argo's help, Electric Gold will be selling pumpkin rolls this year. We'll actually be building those here at our facility. So we had a first great meeting there partnering with those kids and Electric Gold. It's kind of close to my heart because my wife was in show choir. I'm learning what show choir is. We never had it at Pioneer High School, but it's a really cool deal, and the pumpkin rolls are amazing. Something crazy, I was talking with Matt Adair, we may have a VAP day in the cafeteria, who knows? So that might be coming up. So any crazy idea, I'm all about Woods County, I'm all about helping Alva, and playing a role here. So any ideas, please get in touch with me.
Anything Angelica from the cities?
Put you on the spot. We have city council on Monday. We'd love for everybody to come to the city council meeting. We just have some routine items that we're being taken care of. I know we've got contract with the Mural Society so that we can have the mural on our building. Trying to think. Brandon or Taylor, we just attended OML, Taylor and a group of other city council members. We attended OML last week. We were able to apply for our ARPA funding that hopefully we will receive soon. We're still learning about the guidelines that we will need to follow in order to utilize that funding. Visited with Representative Phillips at the Economic Development meeting this week, learning more about some upcoming grant opportunities for broadband infrastructure. A lot of different things going on. Those are probably the highlights.
Thank you.
Mentioned Northwestern's homecoming, October 7th, 8th, and 9th. Full swing, everything pretty much back to pre-pandemic normal with events. Cinderella orientation is this Sunday, so the girls will come up for that. As Jody said, the pageant will be, talent pageant Thursday night. The crowning of Miss Cinderella is Friday night, and of course all the activities Saturday from the Ranger Run all the way up to the Northwestern game. Button sales are in full swing. Karen Kane is in charge of that, so thanks everybody for pressing buttons. And Jody has a button on you.
Where's yours?
Sorry about that. But again, as I said last month, the businesses that support with all of their discounts is a huge benefit to our button sales. We appreciate every business that supports Northwestern and takes part in the button sales. So we'll be here before we know it.
Another thing Northwestern related is actually the end of this month. It's September, the last day of September, and then the first and the second is the first theater production at Northwestern. It's called A Tuna Christmas. So if you were able to see A Greater Tuna, this is just a sequel to that. There's more characters that weren't in the first one, and if you didn't see the first one, you can still come to this one and you're not going to be left out. Just know that it is a comedy, full on. It's a satire, so just come to have a fun night. I'm in the production. It'll be the first time I get to play a guy. I'm really excited. So just come and support Northwestern Fine Arts. It's going to be a really fun time.
Anything else? I'll have a croissant.
Yes, absolutely. Please.
And thank you guys so much for coming.